With only a few weeks left in the year, you might think you've already seen all the great Xbox deals that 2022 had to offer, but you'd be very, very wrong. This video is brought to you by Divine Knockout.
Between the magical mischief of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands and the surprise release of new tales from the Borderlands, 2022 has been a banner year for Borderlands fans. But if you haven't quite had your fill yet, you'll find the original set of tales waiting for you in this week's sale. Reese is a company man who dreams of owning the whole operation. Fiona is a con artist with a silver tongue. They don't really know each other, they don't really like each other, but when a deal gone wrong leaves them at the mercy of brutal gangsters and bloodthirsty cannibals, pulling an old-fashioned odd couple routine is the best bad option they have left. It's a great setup for another classic Borderlands tale, and it's now 25% off too.
If the winter weather has you stuck indoors wishing for some fresh air, then feast your eyes upon Riders Republic. This open world sports game takes you to an adrenaline junkie's paradise where you can shift seamlessly between snowboarding, skiing, biking, and even wingsuiting when rocketing around down here on the ground just isn't getting your heart rate up anymore. And since apparently that all didn't seem quite exciting enough, Season 4 saw them chucking in a bit of BMX action for good measure. Whether you're soaring through the sky or tumbling helplessly down a mountainside, the whole game looks amazing on Xbox Series X and S with HDR10 compatibility to make it all look even richer. So if you're looking for a little winter getaway, don't miss this week's 67% discount.
If you're getting in the festive spirit and painting everything green and red, you'll feel right at home in the magnificently Mexican world of Guac-Attack 2. When a masked villain named Salvador threatens the fate of the entire Mexiverse, our legendary luchador must slap on his spandex once again to go suplex the space-time continuum back into working order. That means pulling off all sorts of flamboyant finishing moves, solving some head-scratching puzzles, and even transforming into a chicken if the situation calls for it. Which, apparently, it does. Guac-Attack 2 is now 75% off, and if its shape-shifting shenanigans sounds like fun, then you'll be pleased to know that Drinkbox delivered another hilarious adventure this year called Nobody Saves the World, which is available now on Xbox Game Pass.
Head off to a brave new world of magic and mystery in the action RPG Greedfall, although don't expect it to be smooth sailing all the way. You'll find yourself in the middle of a scramble for this lush new land and the resources it holds, with a variety of different factions you can make allies or enemies of. Thanks to the game's richly written world, you'll find yourself making plenty of tough choices over the course of this epic adventure. But at least you'll have some very pretty sights to enjoy along the way, especially if you're playing in 60 FPS on the Xbox Series X and S. And if you think you might have a brand new console to unwrap in, 12 days time, Smart Delivery ensures you'll be able to immediately upgrade to the next-gen version of the game. Find your bearings in the world of Greedfall and you'll be well ready to embark on a brand new voyage when Greedfall 2: The Dying World arrives in 2024. So, consider this 65% discount an investment in your future prospects.
Are you keen to break out the board games for some holiday fun, but fear your old set might be a few wedges short of a pie? Well then, have no fear, Trivial Pursuit Live 2 is here to save the day. This modern spin on the classic game stays true to the classic formula while adding clever touches like adjustable difficulty levels, fun cosmetic rewards, and a variety of round types that let you test your grey matter in all sorts of different ways. And since we are living in the internet age, you can also challenge the rest of the world online or even put your Twitch viewers to the test. Whether you're a Trivial Pursuit master or just there to make up the numbers, 75% off seems like a pretty smart discount too.
Absolutely sick of living under the thumb of the Demon King and his gaggle of gang bosses, a plucky young demon named Beebs decides that it's about time that she claim the crown for herself, although she might have to dish out a few royal ass-kickings along the way. Demon Turf is a classic cartoon platformer with a unique style of its own, combining quirky hand-drawn visuals with the bumping, spinning action you'd expect. The physics-based combat system has you searching for hazards to bounce your enemies into, while the photo hunt provides a unique challenge as you try to snap pics of stunning locations and surprising moments. Basically, it's old school 3D platforming fun with a fresh new twist, and it's now 40% off.
While we all love the fast, frenetic nature of a hero shooter or a battle royale, Hell Let Loose is a great pick for those who like to keep their eye on the big picture while they're aiming down their sights. In these 100-player shootouts, it's all about communication as you do your job within your unit, and your unit plays its part within the team's overall game plan. From coordinating your attacks to calling in airstrikes at just the right moment, everything has to work in tandem if you want to take control of the battlefield. So if you think you've got the makings of an elite commander, or you'd just be happy to be told what to do, Hell Let Loose is now 30% off.
Like so many of us, Nika has quite simply had enough of all this. Unlike most of us though, she has decided to take out her frustrations on the world by hopping in a mech suit and leaving a trail of absolute carnage in her wake. A little meditation or some nice tea might have been more wholesome solutions, but that's just not really Colossal Dawn's deal. Instead, this side-scrolling brawler encourages you to let your destructive side go wild, tearing apart everything in your path, whether it's a random bit of the scenery or a particularly unfortunate enemy. The mayhem looks marvelous thanks to the game's hand-drawn art style, reminiscent of a late-night cartoon, and it's all even more fun when you're tagging a friend to blow stuff up with you in local co-op. So if you're in the mood for some mindless destruction, and I know I always am, Colossal Dawn is now half price.
If you're looking for a game to really sink your teeth into over the holidays, then you'll find Assassin's Creed Valhalla to be more than meaty enough. The latest installment of Ubisoft's acclaimed open world series lets you grow out your hair, strip to the waist, and swing a giant big Viking axe in the direction of anyone that so much as looks at you funny. And when you're not smashing your enemies into a fine paste, you'll find that there's also hours upon hours worth of adventuring, political intrigue, and emotional storytelling for you to enjoy, but also plenty of smashing. Running at 4K 60 on the Xbox Series X, this is a truly next-gen experience and one that is backed up by smart delivery if you're hoping to find a new console lurking under the tree. Until then, feel free to enjoy this tidy 67% discount.
Finally, if you're looking for an action-packed open-world adventure that comes packing a little bit more firepower, Far Cry 5 could be the way to go. Available now on Xbox and PC Game Pass, this installment in the first-person shooter series sees you once again leading a resistance against an undeniably charismatic, but still quite evil leader. In this case, we're off to Hope County to take on Joseph Seed and his legion of cultish followers. Fortunately, you won't be fighting him alone, with plenty of in-game characters to recruit and the option to bring another player into the fray for some co-op freedom fighting. Whichever way you go about it though, this 80% discount guarantees you'll be getting all kinds of bang for your buck. These beautiful bargain buys should see you through at least until the holidays come, and they should help you to keep a few quid in reserve too. This video was brought to you by Divine Knockout, the fast-paced, god-on-god third-person platform fighter that gives you answers to such questions as, who would win if King Arthur picked a fight with Thor? With a wide pantheon of fighters to pick from, all of whom wield mighty attacks available at the press of a button, Divine Knockout is a brawler that's easy to pick up but is challenging to master. Customize your God of Myth with the in-depth traits and blessings system, and challenge all your friends with crossplay and cross-progression available, as well as a variety of game modes like 2v2 or King of the Hill. Experience the deities of Smite in a way you've never seen before with Divine Knockout. To hear more about them, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell, and feel free to hit the comments to tell us what's at the top of your shopping list. Bye!